Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is June 2nd. Right now we're looking here at the Corral fire here just east of the Bay Area. It is not yet contained as far as I'm concerned. We've got the strong winds and dry grass making this fire possible. If you want to see the location of that, you can see it again off to the east of the Bay Area there. You can check out some of the websites out there and go ahead and check out the evacuation order that is in effect for that region. But this is just kind of a reminder that it is that time of year where the fire season is kicking up, and we've got some heat incoming over the next few days as well. This is going to help exacerbate some of those conditions. Taking a look at a wider view of things with a low risk, mainly across the valley areas, but there is some fire risk, and of course that will only be increasing as we go on in through the summer months. Today being the second day of officially meteorological summer. Now, taking a look at the heat wave coming up here, you can see June 4th through June 6th coming up, and you can see some highs getting up over 105. And this does include Redding, Chico, Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto here as well. And again, this goes through June 6th. There is a heat advisory as well for places like Concord, Livermore, and maybe San Jose also as we start to warm up here. Some highs getting up towards 100 degrees that are not in the valley areas. You can see the excessive heat watch does encompass much of the I-5 corridor. And taking a look at June 2nd, check this out, 1999, a cold late season storm came down here. So we can still get some of those chillier storms here, but definitely not the case this year as well. And you can see actually 1948, look at that, 2 lightning bolts and heavy rain struck northern San Bernardino during a rare June thunderstorm. Streets in northern San Bernardino did flood. Now, checking out the west coast here, so you can see Washington, Oregon, California. What is coming up here is you can see the systems moving through the Pacific Northwest, and then the atmospheric river moves through as we go through the early portion of this week. And you can see that the ridge does build across a lot of the west coast of North America there. Then we get a little bit of a break there maybe, but the ridge kind of stays. The axis of the ridge stays here across from the Intermountain West before another weak trough swings to the Pacific Northwest, and you can see another ridge trying to nose in there towards the west coast of North America as we go on into the following week here. So we could have some above average temperatures, maybe for an extended period of time. Taking a look at this is all the way out towards day 16 here, and you can see maybe some thunderstorms for the higher terrain, maybe some of the desert areas get in the action as well, but not much for San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco. However, the atmospheric river is going to clip northern portions of California, northwest portions of California that will be impacting the Pacific Northwest with some pretty impressive rainfall amounts. Taking a look at the 2-meter temperature anomaly here as we go through the next few days, and hopefully this is going to update for us here. And we're going to try to scroll through that. And the connection, as you can see, is pretty poor here. So let's just take my word for it that we are going to be quite a bit above average here as we go through the next few days with maybe a little bit of a drop down and then a return to some of the heat. And I'll show you that here with Sacramento. You can see temperatures over 100 degrees as we go on in through Friday. Then we drop back down a bit and then look off in the extended forecast. Some really warm temperatures showing up in fantasy land right now. But we'll take that one day at a time. Take that with a grain of salt at this range. Here's Riverside, California. And you can see some mid-90s showing up, a drop back down, and then a bump back up as we go through mid-June. Here's Fresno again. Look at that, 107 potentially on Friday, dropping back down as we go through the early portion of the following week, and then bouncing back yet again. And also just a reminder, the temperatures along the coastal areas are below normal for this time of year. Definitely no marine heat wave out there right now. So if we take a look at a wider view of things, you can see the Hawaiian Islands at the bottom left here. There's the state of California, and I'm going to put this into motion, and you can see some wind-driven waves up and down the California coastline here. And again, this does not seem to be updating, but there we go. You can see the stronger storms across the Gulf of Alaska here, and then we're going to scroll forward on into where that swell starts to impact maybe some of the California coastlines here as we go through the mid and the end of the week coming up. And then you can see the additional storm out here across the Pacific Ocean that's really going to help build this ridge across the west coast of North America. And some big wave action well out over the ocean with that. Here's a 6 to 10 day temperature outlook that goes through June 11th here. Above average clearly seen there along the west coast. There's precipitation. Take that with a grain of salt there. The Climate Prediction Center is really not very reliable with this here because they have that above average signal here, and I don't know why they do, honestly. Here's the 8 to 14 day above average along the west coast and still the above average signal across the southwest. We'll see how that turns out, but we'll be breaking that down day by day, so stick with me here as the channel goes. And if you guys can't tell, I've had a cold here the last few days. It's really gotten into my voice box and my ears and everything, but I am feeling better today, so hopefully my voice will be improving over the next few days. I should be home here in a couple days as well, out chasing one more day at least today on Sunday, and then I'll be back at my house and on my normal briefings then And just one more reminder here for California, Oregon, and Nevada, we are completely drought free along the west coast there. Arizona doing much better than they were at this time last year. Also, New Mexico still has some drought concerns. But anyway, yeah, it is that time of year where the fires can start impacting things, even though we're not in widespread fire danger now. Of course, the grasses grow. We had a lot of rainfall, and then they start to dry out at this time of year, and you can really kick some of those localized fires. So just have a heads up for that. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We will do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.